And it's on. We're recording.
Cool. Cool.
Got my
Trying to
sweet
find
drink.
trying to find a new profile picture for my Discord because I've been Kylo Ren for too long.
Yeah, man. It doesn't even match your name. You're
No, it doesn't.
Odyssean.
I have a picture somewhere. I just gotta find it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, it's from Diablo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is.
I
The
was
picture I'm gonna.
listening.
Here we go. Here we go. See if this.
Okay.
Oh no.
No.
Well, yes, except I exited out of the screen that was supposed to change my avatar.
You have to save that shit.
Yeah.
So, when you're
There we go.
ready
There we go.
to actually start the official part, just let me know.
Yeah, I'm good. All right,
Okay.
change my profile pic.
Yeah, you did. It looks pretty tight.
That is old Odyssean right
That's Odyssean.
there.
Okay, I got you. Now the name matches the profile.
Yeah.
Or the picture matches the profile, rather.
Exactly.
Anyways, so I guess we should get started. We should actually introduce the part properly because, it's been a while for the both of us. We just kind of decided.
Heads up, by the way.
Okay.
My PC is a little sick every now and again. So
Yeah.
like every now and again it just randomly restarts.
Oh.
So if I just all of a sudden vanish, just give me like 5 minutes
Okay.
to come back on.
Okay. So technical difficulties aside.
Yeah. I mean it's like very rare, but it does happen.
No,
And it tends to happen at the worst moments too, like when I'm playing a
we're gonna get
online
into
game.
some super details.
Yeah.
It's gonna we're gonna get into
Yeah.
a heartfelt moment, and then all of a sudden the whole entire
you're gonna tell me something very private, and then it's gonna be like no response.
yeah, and I'm gonna get really upset, and then it's just gonna
Yeah.
ruin the film because I'm like, oh yeah, he said his
Uh-huh.
PC might restart,
Exactly.
and that might happen today because I
Oh,
actually
wow, you
have
got
stuff to talk about.
Wow, I got nothing. I
Okay.
mean, I'm sure I got some stuff, but
Okay, so it's gonna be a good part.
good.
But before that, again, going into the introduction, because I always feel like I owe anybody listening some sort of intro to everything.
Sure.
Welcome to the Guildcast, episode 16, I think. Spider Mikey's back.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm here.
Yeah. And so that's about it. I don't know. Spider Mikey 2 weeks or 2 days or 2 weeks in a row. Feels like
Yeah.
2 days in a row, but
Has it only been 2 weeks? Feels like
it's
forever
been a
since
little
I've
while.
done
I mean, I posted the last part we did, and
Oh,
so this
okay,
is the
okay.
follow up to that. I guess it's the next
Yeah.
episode in line. So you've been here pretty much 2 weeks in a row.
Nice.
And that's pretty cool. I have nothing against that whatsoever. The original guy that I usually have on here, he's been a little busy, so he hasn't really been able to record lately, but that's fine. He's got his own stuff going on. I'll probably deal with that when we can record, when I can record with him. But that's neither here nor there. It's right now it's me and Spider Mikey's time
Yep.
talking about life and all sorts of things. And man, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I've been having kind of a couple ups and downs.
Yeah.
So forgive me if I end up complaining a lot in this part.
Oh, it's all good. That's what this thing's for.
Yeah, it is. Well, more or less. It's supposed to be therapeutic in a sense, just
Yeah.
kind of getting any sort of thoughts and feels out in the open. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to relate to a lot of this. So it's going to be good. But that said, I'm not really sure how to start off anything else other than I'm drinking some tea right now, and it's really good.
All right,
that-
I have something. I have
Okay.
something. But it's sort of Star Wars related, and I know you haven't seen the new one.
Episode
have
8.
you? Yeah.
I haven't seen episode 8. I want to,
Okay.
though, but...
So at this point, you have waited way too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and start talking a little bit.
No,
Okay.
man.
I'm not gonna say what happened in the movie. I'm just
Okay.
gonna tell you my thought because this is gonna relate to something.
Okay.
So, the new Star Wars kind of sucked.
I have been hearing a lot about that.
And I think it's because they were going way too like political, like politically correct, and
Which
SJW.
is weird because
It's the worst, dude. You'll see it when you watch the movie. You'll see exact moments where you're just like, that's supposed to tell me something in the real world that I really don't want to have to deal with in Star Wars.
Yeah, okay. Not the way I thought you were talking about, because here's the thing about Star Wars. There's a lot of politics when it comes to Star Wars. Not in the sense like, relating to current day events, although I guess you could kind of do a comparison with that if you really wanted to, especially with the prequels. But it's like, going through it, it's like you got the Empire and the Rebels, and clearly it's like a situation that's not really going on, and all that's political in so many ways.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's good because it's like political in their own kind of universe.
Yeah, and I like it.
But when you're trying to pull stuff from our world into theirs, because what I mean by that is like, the president of Star Wars or whatever, I think her name's like Kathleen something Kennedy, but it's a chick, and she wants like all these chicks in Star Wars. She doesn't believe in white men in Star Wars anymore. That kind of stuff. Where it's like, we need more female leads and stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff annoys the shit out of me, and you'll see it in the new Star Wars. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, like, I saw the new Avengers, okay? And it was one of the coolest movies I've ever seen.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about it.
Oh, it is so good. And then I went home and I looked up a bunch of, like, Marvel stuff. And I just took a second to myself, and I was like, wow. What kind of world do we live in now where I'm becoming more of a Marvel fan than I am a Star Wars fan?
To be fair...
That's terrible.
No, it's not. I mean, I guess it's what you want it to be. I'm not going to say, like, you're wrong, and I'm not going to say you're right. I'm going to say it is whatever you want it to be. And I say this because, well, Star Wars is kind of, like, hit and miss. And I think a lot of that has to do with it. Like, the originals were really good. Like, I think they're critically acclaimed as, like, amazing, like, cinematic masterpieces. And when you try to revitalize a lot of that, it kind of comes off really weird, because now you got, like, the official sources saying what's canon and what's, like, not canon anymore. And a lot of people like the books because they kind of follow through with a lot of these ideas that are kind of like, you know what, I see this happening in Star Wars, and a lot of the fans are like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. But then you go with the new stuff, and it's like, I don't know, man. It feels like it's trying to cater to, like, a wider audience. It's not really, like, center focused on the lore. And I mean, like, I guess you could kind of say that with, like, any sort of, like, cinematic genre where it's like they have to cater to a wider audience. But for some reason, Marvel's really good about that.
Oh yeah.
I think it's because, like, they follow the lore to a T, where it's really entertaining for just a general audience to kind of, like, go in and be like, okay, I don't really know a lot about the stories. I don't really know a lot about the comic books, but this is really entertaining. Yeah. Whereas Star Wars is kind of like, y'all really have to focus on the lore. And if you're just going to be like, we're going to make this up on the fly, there's not really an official source, because we debunked it. That's kind of the
feel of the new movie.
Yeah. And it
doesn't really fit.
No, it doesn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against the actors, and I have nothing against, like, what...
I love the actors in it. That's one thing I think they got right. Yeah. Honestly.
But it's just kind of like, it doesn't really work out too well. Yeah. I mean, they're trying.
Well, the worst part for me is, like, what I was saying, where I'm becoming more of a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
Is, like... The worst part about the new Star Wars stuff seems to be the management involved. So the worst thing is Star Wars, I think, its quality, unless something changes, is going to continuously go down.
Which sucks, because there's a lot you can do with Star Wars.
Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff. Oh man, like, I think we should end it because I want to talk about more Star Wars stuff, but you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But the story, like, it just makes absolutely no sense in that movie.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna see it. The only thing I ask is avoid major spoiler stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure...
Well, I mean, that's all I wanted to say.
I'm sure, much like me, there's other people that haven't seen it, and there's not a lot that I can talk about. I mean, I've seen Rogue One, and I've seen... well, that's pretty much, like, the point. The only thing I haven't seen is Episode 8.
You've seen 7, right?
Yeah, I've seen 7.
Yeah, okay.
We saw 7 together.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah. I saw Rogue One, so I'm almost
We saw
current.
Rogue One together, too.
Yeah. So we pretty much seen, like, everything. The only thing I haven't seen is Episode 8, and...
See, okay, with 8, like we'll watch it and you'll be like, okay, that's cool, and then there's some things that are like, okay, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the big picture, like you do all the interviews on YouTube and stuff, like then you see the bigger picture that wow, Star Wars is really kind of going downhill now.
Yeah. Also, they're planning on doing that Solo movie.
Yeah, I'm boycotting it.
You're boycotting it?
I want to see it. I do want to see it, but I want Star Wars to start failing, so then they fire the president.
Fair enough. I mean, you know what? I'll probably see it. So
I'm gonna see it, but I'm not gonna see it anywhere close to opening weekend. Like I'll wait till 3 or 4 weeks after it's out.
So we can just see it together.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way I'm contributing to that opening weekend. Like I wanted to completely bomb that opening weekend.
Yeah. No. Fair enough. What was I gonna say? Oh, so you're talking about being more into Marvel, and I have to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love Star Wars way more than Marvel, but with the slow decline and how good Infinity War was, dude.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, Marvel movies have really
and they're building to something, which is cool.
Expectations. Yeah. The only reason I haven't watched the newest one, Infinity War, is because I haven't seen a lot of the other movies.
Yeah.
And I feel like I need to go. I just need to like dedicate at least like 2 weekends just to try to catch up, and then be like, okay, time to go see Infinity Wars.
And let me tell you, like when you actually put effort and like manage your movies well, like Marvel has. After I got done with the movie, I was like, wow, I want to watch all these other Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But they don't have them on Netflix.
I know.
They don't have them on like Amazon. So I was like, wow, okay, now I'm gonna have to go on Amazon and see if there's a Marvel box set I can buy. I mean, that's how you make money, dude. You make a good movie, and then people want to actually watch the other ones, so they go out and buy them.
Well, if you do get like this Marvel box set,
I mean they don't have one, something, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Get the DVDs. Get the cheapest format you can find.
Oh man, I don't know if I can do DVDs, dude.
Well, I mean, they're still functional. It's just it's starting to become an outdated
like,
source.
Marvel is like 60% CGI though.
Yeah.
You know how bad CGI looks on 720p?
A little bit. But then again, you gotta understand one thing.
Especially on your 4K TV. That's not gonna work, dude.
Well, you gotta understand one thing. I'm a retro gamer. I've
true.
kind of adjusted.
I'm
to
not
a lot
though,
of that.
so I can't do that.
Fair enough. But anyways, trying to make a point here. So I asked myself one day because I thought about it, and I don't know if anyone can relate. I don't know if you can relate, but there's kind of this one topic of debate, which is, are you a DC or Marvel fan? And, it's one of those things, like, I didn't think about it because, I'm kind of like, it is what it is. DC makes really good animated series. Marvel makes really good movies.
Yeah.
And, I mean, everyone can kind of get behind DC for, like, some of the superheroes, like Batman. Like, I think anyone can get behind Batman, and I mean, you got all these other superheroes that you're kind of like, yeah, I can get behind that guy. Or it's like you got some of the villains that you're like, oh man, the Joker or Lex Luthor, they're kick ass. So it's like you can kind of make a lot of these points and be like, I can analyze these characters, list the attributes, be like, yeah, and you can do that with Marvel characters too. But the thing about it is, I don't know, like when it comes down to it, I think I'm more of a Marvel fan.
Yeah, I was honestly, I wasn't until I saw Infinity War.
Well, I mean, for me, I always have to side with my boy Venom.
Oh yeah.
Venom is like top of the charts. Like I don't know why. I've never really been into Spider-Man, but whenever Venom like comes on screen, I'm just I get giddy. I'm just
have you seen the trailer for Venom?
I have not, but I know of it, and I did see like a screenshot of Venom.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, I'm totally seeing it. that screenshot just sold me. I'm just like, I don't even need to see the trailer. I just need to see the movie. So I'm already like down. Like opening weekend, yeah, I'll go see Venom.
Oh yeah.
I am excited. I don't care what anyone says. Venom, that like 100%. That's my favorite guy right there. And I don't care if like they turn him into an antagonist or even like an anti-hero. I'm just like Venom. Always the best. That said, I mean, there's a lot more to Marvel, and even I can't
Oh yeah.
can't be like, it's all about Venom, because clearly there's like so much more when it comes to Marvel and DC. But I think that was like the deciding vote. It's like, yep, I'm on Team Marvel. There's just no debate about it.
Yeah, I mean, if without thinking too far into it, I'd probably say my favorite is Spider-Man and the Punisher.
Spider-Man's really good, but the thing about it is I never consider him that like a really OP superhero, but then you get into like a
Yeah.
lot of what he's capable of, and he's like, damn, Spider-Man's
Mhm.
Spider-Man's kick
Well,
ass.
like if you watch the movies too, like the recent ones with Spider-Man, you'll see more of the OP-ness that he has.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that you don't really think about too much, but then it's like, oh damn, Spider-Man's got some moves.
Yeah.
And like I can kind of get behind Spider-Man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the Tobey Maguire movies were kind of
hmm
hit and miss. I thought the first one was
I
pretty good.
thought all of them were good.
Yeah,
I don't know what everybody's. I mean, I get like
three
the
was
dancing
kind of
scene
yeah.
with
I
three.
have to
That
say
was
with like,
stupid.
well, I was gonna say I have to say three was kind of hit and miss, and the sad thing is that's the one with Venom in it, and so it's like
Yeah.
all the scenes with Venom, I was like, yeah, but then it was like it was so short for what the buildup was
Yeah,
coming
that's true.
to, and it was just like
I
it
still thought it was
hurt.
a good movie though.
Yeah, oh, it was great. It's just like, man, it was kind of like you got the symbiote. I was like, oh yeah, Venom's coming, and then Venom came, and I was like, oh yeah, Venom baby, come on, and then it was over, and I was just like, oh come on, man, don't be a tease. That was Spider-Man 3 for me. It was just one giant tease, and it could have been so much
Yeah.
more. But that said, I am totally looking forward to Venom because it's Venom. I can't lie. It's one of those things where it's like the fanboy in me is already just gushing. And it's great.
hmm
But yeah, no, I gotta dedicate like just one weekend to catch up on a lot of the Marvel movies I haven't seen.
I mean, you can skip a lot of them. There's like 3 or 4 key ones you probably
Okay,
should watch.
let me tell you how far behind with the Marvel series I am. Okay. I haven't even seen the first Iron Man.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of the Iron Man movies.
All right.
I've seen almost all the Thor movies. I haven't seen Ragnarok.
Yeah, that one's pretty important to
Yeah,
watch.
that's what someone was telling me. If I have to see any of the movies before going into the new one, Ragnarok is probably the one that you want to see.
Yeah, I'd say any Iron Man. You just need to know who Iron Man is, and then you need to watch Captain America: Civil War,
I haven't seen that one.
Thor: Ragnarok, and then
I like
Guardians,
Thor
Guardians of the
Ragnarok.
Galaxy.
I like that. Can we just rename
Yeah.
Ragnarok to Ragnarok?
Yeah, Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. It's the best. No, but yeah, I'm so far behind, and so
So
it's
like
just
four movies.
yeah. Well, I still want to. I don't know. They're all good movies. That's the thing. It's like
Yeah. Or you could just skip them and just go straight to Infinity War. I mean,
it's very true. I could.
and if you wanted to do that, you still need to watch Ragnarok.
I mean, eventually I'll get to Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I believe it. See, that's just it. It's like, there's so many good movies. It's just like, do I even have enough time for them
no.
all?
And Deadpool 2 is coming out. in, like, a
Yeah,
week.
I was actually just going to bring that up. I can't wait to see Deadpool 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I heard they're bringing Hugh Jackman back to play Wolverine.
That's probably not gonna happen.
No, I mean like for I think Deadpool, like for like the Deadpool series.
Yeah,
I don't know if
think that's
it's. I think it's supposed to kind of like take place before Logan, or it's supposed to be in its own universe. So it's like,
I mean, I'm telling you, that would be awesome, but I don't know where you're getting that information because I don't think it's true.
I mean, it could happen.
I'll Google it.
It's a rumor, everybody. Believe it as you will.
Anyway.
I heard that, but yeah. I don't know if it's true. Now that is a good point. Man, Logan was good.
Oh yeah,
I like Logan. I did see Logan.
Didn't we see that? I saw it in the theater, I think.
Yeah, I did too. We
I don't
might have
remember
seen
if
it together.
though.
It hurt. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It hurt. It was really good, but it hurt. So, anyways.
Yeah, let's move away from Marvel. But dude, you got to see that Infinity War.
Anyway. So
I don't know what to do right now. Should I play WoW? Like, what should I do? I'm just like on Amazon.
I was on Amazon, dude. Okay, I found a weird topic on Amazon.
Yeah.
Getting sidetracked a little bit. So there's something that looked really legit. It was really cool. It was called vegan taxidermy.
Okay.
And I know that sounds really like it sounds sort of like an oxymoron. Like that can't even begin to make sense. But the thing is, it's more like sculptures instead of like actual.
Well, I typed it in and I see like a deer.
Yeah, but it looks really cool. And I'm kind of like, I'm down for this. You know, I wouldn't mind buying one of these things because, like they don't look realistic, but they look more statuesque, and it's like I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Wonder how big this one is.
And so it's like vegan taxidermy. I can get behind this. No animals were harmed in the making, so it's up my alley. I support that.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of expensive though. Well, the one that I looked at at least.
With Pro Quo, I mean, they are more in terms of like statuesque, so it's more art-like. So I assume getting all those intricate details, it's probably gonna be a pretty penny. It's definitely if you got some money to spare in a considerable amount, then you start like making, I don't know, a trophy room, and so you decorate this room with all these fine, exquisite pieces of art. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't know. That's just something I saw. I went on Amazon. I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. It's showing me like all these different things, and so I gave it a like. I was like, yeah, I can get behind this.
So
random things you find on Amazon.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm going on Craigslist now.
Craigslist.
Yeah, Chevy Nova.
Oh, that reminds me. So, did I tell you that I got my graphics card?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I actually got my graphics card.
How does it look?
It looks good.
That's all you can do with it. Just look at it.
It looks good. It's in the package and everything. I haven't really opened it up, but at the same time, it looks complete because it's new.
Mm-hmm.
I got a warranty on it for like 3 years, so if anything happens, at least it's insured.
I think I had a warranty, but I'm pretty sure I got my graphics card like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
I'm happy with the purchase.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Never go wrong. Like it's always good to get graphics card.
Yeah.
Like I'm completely satisfied with mine.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say it's one of the new graphics cards. You know, it's like one of those 1080 TIs.
I still feel like mine holds up. You know, like
oh yeah.
Back in the day, mine was beastly. Maybe not so much now, but I still play any game I want on Ultra.
I remember you were talking about it. You had The Witcher 3, and you're like, I have all the settings turned up. I
had it on 4K, even though I couldn't like actually see it on 4K, but it ran on 4K.
No, that is legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as of now, I have to manage my money just a little bit carefully, but my PC's coming. I got like 4 main components left to go purchase, and then I'm ready.
Do you have the processor yet?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Wow.
Yeah.
So I need to upgrade my processor eventually. Processor.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. If there's anything that I'm gonna have to upgrade sooner rather than later with this thing, and when I say that, I want you to understand, like, we're talking like years worth of time. Because when this thing is built, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be able to do a lot of things, but like probably the thing that would need to be upgraded sooner, when this thing is all built, like I don't know, sometime within like 10 years, it probably would be like the motherboard and the processor. Those things aren't nearly as powerful, but they'll hold up pretty well.
Next time like you're ready to buy,
Mm-hmm.
we should almost, even if you don't buy anything, we should almost just like spend a day at Fry's. Just look around.
Okay. I
'Cause
mean,
it's nice just to go there and have a day, just look at Fry's.
yeah.
If you've never been there, I don't know if you have.
I haven't. Well, no, actually I have, because we had to get a component for like a thing. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember we went to Fry's for that. Yeah, I mean, like, as of now, I just need like a case, a fan for the CPU, and a power unit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I kind of want to get some more storage. Like I got like the I got memory for it, but at the same time I want to get like more memory for it so it can hold a lot of stuff. That'll be nice.
Man, there's some cool looking PC cases on Amazon. I got like the most boring one. Need to upgrade.
Mine's gonna be pretty legit. It's gone down in price, so when I do decide to go get it, I think I can get it for a pretty good price.
Good.
I just put all that stuff in a list, and it's like, okay, when it's ready, it's ready.
Oh yeah, I gotta check out my list. See here, I have future computer parts. See what I got in there. I got the Yeti in there, a monitor, and a motherboard.
That sounds pretty good.
All right, so you got some juicy stuff for me?
Oh,
Got some stuff you want to talk about?
I mean, I guess if we're gonna switch up topics into the more,
unless you want to keep talking about shopping.
No. I mean, by all means, we can talk about more of the juicy stuff. I just had to make a quick check because someone messaged me on Skype. It wasn't anything important though. So, past couple days, I've been kind of having some problems sticking with my whole regimen. Dieting, training, whatnot. A lot of that had to do with the fact that, like, I somehow managed to like, hurt my arm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, towards the shoulder and the joints. And so it's been a real pain in the butt, and it's one of those things where it's like...
Take time off work?
I didn't take time off work. I probably should have, but it was really close to the weekend, so I just kind of toughed it out.
Yeah.
And, be it as it may, at least, like, my arm's doing a lot better now, so I'm grateful.
Good.
Yeah. It's not one of those things where it was, like, getting worse, although I was getting a little worried, but I was like, man, this sucks. But at the same time, like, Cinco de Mayo happened. I ate some burritos, and for some reason... And it got me thinking, but for some reason, my arm started feeling a lot better. And so I was kind of wondering, is my diet, like, lacking in something? Am I deficient in some sort of nutrient?
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know, man. I have some calcium pills. I took them. I don't know if that helped, but like, if anything, there might be a placebo effect going on, so it's like, I wonder if I'm calcium deficient. It's a possibility, but I don't think so, because, I drink almond milk, and that has a lot of calcium in it.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things that's just kind of like, man, this was a really weird circumstance, and I think a lot of that may have been attributed to the fact that I was pushing myself really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of things happened when the last time we talked. For instance, like, I had run a 10K after taking some time off trying to recover from an illness because I had a virus. And it was a really weird virus. But that said, I've been feeling a lot better. So last week I was really trying to push myself to actually get up to snuff, try to train myself so I could go run like a 10K or more, because theoretically... if I can do it after having taken a lot of time to rest up, then, it should be no issue whatsoever trying to, like, actually work my way up, like, train myself, and then run an even longer distance.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, I trained, I think I overpushed myself to the point where I actually started, like, injuring myself.
Yeah.
Very possible that that might have been what happened to my arm. You know, it's just like my body just couldn't handle it, so it was caving under the pressure and stress of everything. So there's a lot of things that I'm not really sure, but it's like, man, this really sucks, and I got really depressed.
Yeah.
Cause let me tell you, Saturday, I didn't run a 10K. In fact, my body was like feeling so bad that I pushed myself to about 3 miles, and then I had to stop.
I mean, like, I can see why you get depressed for that, but that's still really good, though.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
have
mean,
been
you're
like
still
trying to
out there.
think. Yeah, I've been trying to think a lot lately because push myself doing all this training, trying to get my mind in order. Like one thing that I've learned coming out of all this is that I'm still learning. There's still a lot of
Hmm.
things that I haven't really figured out, and there's still a lot of things that I still need to figure out, and I still need to like try to adjust so that I can better acclimatize myself to the whole entire situation, which sounds really
Yeah.
weird, I guess. I tried to work on the phrasing of what I'm trying to say. It's just I need to handle the situation better. And it's difficult sometimes because like my mind wants to push myself as far as I can, but my body's just kind of like I can only do so much.
Yeah.
I want to get up there, but at the same time, the body still has its limitations.
Yeah, I think like I mean I don't know how you were feeling or anything, but I feel like the mind too is like sometimes your body feels like it has limitations, but it's actually your mind. I don't know how much of that is your thing. Like it's
Uh,
okay. It's okay to like push yourself and keep pushing yourself, unless like something's wrong or something's gonna break. But
hmm
I mean your body will adapt.
I want to apologize quickly, just before, not to interrupt you, but I just want to apologize. My neighbors have their dogs outside, so if you hear some barking, that's what that is.
uh, I mean I'm sure they can hear my traffic right next to my house. So
Oh, they can't, but I'm just letting everybody know if there's any sort of feedback, like dogs barking. It's my neighbors. They
yeah.
decided to take the dogs out and be like, here you go make your peeps and poops.
I mean good for
And,
them.
and one of their dogs is a real knucklehead and just like mind of their own, doesn't really listen too well and barks at everything. If it moves,
Yeah.
that dog barks. Anyways, not going back to the main topic at hand. So yeah, last week, man, I pushed myself. Like I was running like almost 6 miles. I was actually doing more or less like my intensive run, just like in 20-minute intervals.
Mhm.
And I think I learned that I cannot handle like a third interval of 20 minutes. Like
Yeah.
it is way too much on it's like too hard on my body right now.
Mhm.
So what that tells me going into this week, because let me tell you, like as I said, I've been depressed. I've kind of haven't been running. I mean, partially because like my arm's been injured, and another reason why I didn't really run a whole lot on Saturday was because when I was running, when I was trying to like do my intensive run, where I was just like not really doing intervals, just like going as far as I can,
Mhm.
my arm would flare up.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of it's because like usually when you run, you kind of have your arms in a position where like they're going back and forth, and so
Yeah.
it was like because it's like my upper arm like kind of like around the shoulder joint. It would
Mhm.
flare up, so it's just like no matter what I did, it didn't bother me at first, but like go about the 3 mile mark, it's just like oof, yeah, can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So that sucked. But yes, it was one of those things where it's like got depressed, just kind of didn't really want to run, didn't really want to do much. All I did was just play the Binding of Isaac for about like 3 days straight. Go to work and
I
then go
mean,
home.
you need those days. Like as much as you don't want them, you need
Yeah.
those days.
Well, I mean, it gets worse though, because
Oh
I
no.
mean, in addition to this, I did kind of like go back to my diet, but I kind of also was like cheating at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was eating a bunch of I had a bunch of candy. Like I have candy. I have a tabletop D&D like session that I do
Yeah.
with a couple coworkers, but it's Star Wars related, so it's
Mm-hmm.
tie into the earlier topic. We're doing a little
Yeah.
Star Wars campaign, but you know,
You guys are
like
gonna switch it as soon as you watch the new Star Wars. I'll tell you that.
nah,
Like,
nah,
wow.
it's the time period of what's going on is in between episode 3 and 4. I
Uh,
think it's before Rogue One also, so actually I am positive that it's before Rogue One. It's the Rebels haven't really been established yet.
mm-hmm.
But anyways, so yeah, it's just like all I want. I have some candy that I bring during those sessions. Well, that's all gone. It's just like just no control whatsoever. I was just like, that's all I want. I just want like sweets that I found. I found out that I have some goldfish crackers, or I had some goldfish crackers. I didn't finish them. I ended up throwing those away because I was just like, man, I don't want these anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
got my fix. They're great. I love goldfish crackers, but at the same time, I'm just like, I can't do it. I
Yeah.
had a little bit of a revelation this morning, and I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, it's just like for the past couple of days, I was just like, man, I want a little bit outside my diet, So I was kind of cheating, and it kind of felt good, but at the same time, I was kind of depressed. So I was like, I don't know, I was eating my depression away, so to speak,
Yeah.
and that sucks, man, because you just feel
It
like
does.
shit.
It does.
The duality of it is though, like I hit my 3 month mark. Like I think you saw it on Facebook, but when I did my weigh-in for like the month of April,
Mm-hmm.
which I record that shit on Cinco de Mayo because technically it's a new month, so might as well. If I'm not mistaken, my weigh-in was 175.8 pounds.
Yeah, that's hella good.
Which, let me tell you right off the bat, you and me, I want to be under 180 by the end of June.
Yeah.
So I already hit like I already hit that mark, and so, thinking back on it, it's like, man, I did not expect to reach like this number like within 1 month. I honestly thought it was
Mm-hmm.
gonna take me like several months just to hit this, mainly uh because like as you start losing weight and as it starts going down, it becomes a lot harder to actually like continuously lose weight, or at the very least it's a little more gradual.
Mm-hmm.
Like it becomes a lot harder because it's not something that's just like a constant number over and over again, unless like we're talking about like, I don't know, a pound a week or something like
Yeah.
that. But
Although, like, I feel like when I was like on top of it, as soon
mhm.
as you hit a certain threshold, I feel like it's easy. Like last time I lost a lot of weight, it was kind of gradual,
Mhm.
and then I got to about 175, and then I feel like it was just a matter of overnight, and I got down to 140.
Jesus. But yeah, no, I'm at a new threshold. Like I am probably the thinnest I've ever been.
Good.
And it's a weird feeling, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, man, so many possibilities.
Yeah.
And I think I hit a new threshold today because I did run today. It was like the first time I actually got out, and it was like, I need to run.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna help me in the long run. Pun intended. But no, it's like it's really gonna help me if I just get out and actually go do the run, because that's something that I've been pushing aside. I've been really depressed, so I actually got out and ran today, and so, good news. I'm going back out. I'm trying to shelf my depression aside. Set it aside. Be like, nope, don't need this. Had a
Yeah.
little bit of a revelation yesterday. It's like, I had to trick my mind a little bit because I was like, okay, you know what? I want a cheat meal. I know it's like middle of the week, but at the same time, wanted a cheat meal. Also had diet food. So what I ended up doing, and this is something that I'll do sometimes when this occasion arises, is I'll try to do like a 50-50, like go at halfsies, where it's like, okay, I gotta eat my diet food because obviously you gotta be healthy, but after that, if you're still hungry, I don't know, go find something that's like off the menu.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is I served myself a good heaping amount of diet food plus a salad because I was like that's gonna be a good amount of food. My stomach shrank, so this theoretically should fill me up, and it did. So when I had all my cheap food out in the open, stuff that's like been in the back of the freezer and I don't know, just like canned foods and stuff like that, I had it out on the counter and it was garbage day. So I went out to the yard waste, just dumped it all in there. Dumped all that diet food that is just like, I don't know, or not diet food, all that cheap food that is just like been in the back of the freezer and stuff, just cleared out my freezer. It was like, nope, goodbye. I'm full.
Yeah.
I don't need you. Bean and cheese burrito, not anymore. Goodbye. Can of chili, nope. High in sodium, don't want that shit. It was a good feeling. It was like, man,
Good.
don't have these options anymore, and it's out of the house, and some of it's a little bit past its expiration date. But it was a good feeling. It was just like, man, now I got some more room to basically just, I don't know, get what I need from the store, I guess.
Yeah. I wish I could do that with all the bad stuff in my house, but like I got all my brothers too.
Yeah,
It's like
well,
can't
I
just
mean,
throw away
the
their
thing
shit.
is, it's not just yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. This food this food that I did that with, it was mine. Like I bought this like, I don't know, a while ago, like the goldfish crackers. I got like the big box from Costco. And I guess I went through one of the packages, but I didn't go through the other one, so it was just kind of like in my food chest.
Yeah.
And I forgot about it. I didn't know about it, and that's kind of like what it was like with those burritos and some of the other stuff that I had in the pantry. It was just like, or like the freezer. It was just like sitting there, just I don't know. I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
So I got rid of it. It was just like I was gonna like have one just because it was like I was feeling hungry, but it's like gotta get back on the diet. And I did, and it was really good. But it was one of those revelations where it's like, I can beat this.
Yeah.
This doesn't have to be the thing that breaks like my whole regiment. This doesn't have to be the thing that like ends everything. It is definitely like a low point. I feel like I am trying to like climb myself out of a hole. Because even though I push myself, my mind, it's really my mind that's my biggest challenge with a lot of these things. Because I'll set myself up for like a ridiculous amount, like I don't know, I want to hit 8 miles on Saturday. I think that's what really did it in. Because the idea is like, okay, you train yourself and then you go do it and then you feel amazing afterwards, but my body can't exactly keep up with these ridiculous things in mind. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that a week isn't enough to like really get yourself up to speed after having changed it previously a week prior. So in other words, like you can't make a drastic amount of change in 1 week after having just done that. It's too hard on the body. I think really it's just like I need my body to acclimatize to all the changes that I've done so far so that it can actually have some time to adjust and then be able to actually move on from there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dial it back a little bit this week. And so it won't be too difficult. And then when Saturday comes, I'm honestly going to try to hit a 10K, which will be a lot, but at the same time, I think it'll be a good challenge for my body because it'll be able to keep up with it. At least I'm saying this in theory. But at the same time, I'm also going to say, like, do what you can. If you can't hit it, you shouldn't be ashamed. At least try to get to that 3 mile mark because that's pretty manageable either way. and I'll go on from there. But yeah, it's just like, I'm gonna try to actually do what's best for me so that I don't set myself up for failure. Granted, it's important to have these moments so that you learn from them. Because the one thing is, failure isn't necessarily bad. In fact, it's pretty good because you learn from it. It's a learning experience.
Yeah.
The hardest thing is it has a tendency to get you depressed and like really hit your self-esteem really hard, or at least it does with me. And that, again, going back to my mind, it'll set myself up for some impossible challenges, and when I don't meet those challenges, I feel really bad. I feel like I failed myself.
Yeah, that does suck. But at the same time, like you gotta like hammer it into your brain, like in the back of your mind. It's good to like want to go push yourself and do that, like in the moment. But
Oh, yeah.
as long as you're like out there doing stuff, that is completely like way better than anything like not doing it at all.
Yeah. Which,
So like if you don't make your goals when you're like out there doing it, that sucks. But you're still out there doing it.
excuse me. I mean, like that is very true. I was gonna say that it's important to get out there because these past couple of days I haven't gone out there. I haven't done anything. Like I said, I was really depressed. Also, my arm really hurt, but digressing aside, all I did was just basically I just sat in my room playing Isaac, feeling bad for myself. It sucked. I did have like my I didn't really eat a whole lot except like during the evening. I don't know. It just fucked with my whole entire schedule. It was just like, man,
Yeah.
I was just like, tried to play some Isaac, don't really want to get out and run, and then uh before work I would eat like breakfast because I haven't eaten anything. I was like, I need to eat something, otherwise I'm gonna be in a really bad situation. So I did make myself some food, but when I got home, that's when I kind of started going off the diet a little bit, and it was bad. I did think about something, and I think I'm gonna change up how I handle weekends a little bit. And okay, the recording's resumed. All right, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Connection kind of went a little wonky there for a second. Not actually the computer restarting, so we're good. So as I was saying, I'm gonna mix up my cheat meal a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit of a reward for actually hitting my plan earlier than expected, and also going into I think I have an idea how I'm gonna handle this, and it's gonna be good, but it's also gonna sound a little backwards, but I think it's gonna benefit me more than it's gonna hurt me for multiple reasons. So something that I've noticed that I've been doing whenever it comes to a cheat meal is I feel like I've been getting a little more on the binging side of eating, which is not really good because you don't really want to shove a whole bunch of food down
No.
your gullet.
I mean, that's something I've been dealing with a lot too. So
Yeah. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm still gonna get the like if I make something or if what I do is I'm gonna go about it the way that I normally do, but I'm gonna allow myself 2 cheat meals
yeah.
a day, or like not a day. I'm gonna allow myself 2 cheat meals a week, mainly like Saturday and Sunday. I'm gonna allow the weekends more or less like open to a cheat meal, and I'm doing this because I think it's gonna allow me, like if I have any leftovers, it's gonna allow me to enjoy those. It's also going to allow me to actually savor my food rather than like try to stuff it down my gullet. So, in other words, it's going to allow me to eat at a more reasonable rate, and it's also going to allow me to have leftovers so I can enjoy those the following day.
Yeah, I mean that sounds pretty good.
So, I think that's how I'm going to go about it from now on. Also, I've kind of started to learn that, I've since I've been losing weight at such a like crazy rate, I think it's not gonna have like as much of a change that I think it will have.
Hmm.
And so, like, I think it's gonna benefit me a lot more. I'm still only gonna go with like probably 1 pint of ice cream. So I don't know, like, if I'll end up having like a second dessert like one day or like another day. But at the same time, I think this is gonna benefit me more in the long run than it is gonna sound like I'm just gonna allow myself like twice the amount to eat whatever I want. Because something I noticed is like it doesn't take a lot to really get me full.
I wish I was that way.
It really does not take me a lot to get that full. In fact, today, when I was eating breakfast, I had oatmeal. I couldn't even finish it all. I had like 2 eggs,
Wow.
a bowl of oatmeal, a glass of orange juice, and a cup of tea. Couldn't
See,
even.
I've never been that way.
I couldn't
just
even finish like half the oatmeal. I was just like, I got halfway, didn't happen. And so it's definitely one of those things where it's like if I have like a pizza or if I have like anything, I'll get like halfway done and then I'll be like, can't do it, man. I'm just
Yeah,
too full.
as I get skinnier, I get hungrier. It's the worst.
Oh, I get hungrier too. It's one of those things where it's like I get
Well, I
full
mean,
really
not
quick.
not hungry. Like I don't get full. Like
Oh,
I
okay.
require more food.
Like it with me, it's definitely one of those things where it's like I eat like very little amounts, but like throughout the day I can constantly keep eating. But I
Yeah.
get full all the same. So it's one of those things where it's like I can't eat a whole lot, but you know, like give or take like I don't know, a couple hours, I'll be hungry again.
Hmm.
So my appetite I think is pretty good, and as I was saying, I think I'll allow myself 2 cheat meals, if only because like my stomach I can't it cannot have a lot of food in there, but at the same time, like give or take, like I can enjoy my leftovers and I don't have to like shove a whole bunch of food down my gullet during one cheat
Yeah.
meal. So I think that's just how I'm gonna go about it, and I think it's a nice reward for actually meeting plan 2 months in advance.
Hmm.
And if things go really well, I mean, I think it's something that I can really just like kind of be like, okay, all right, this is a good way to handle this. I don't, I can just kind of go with my mindset of like getting a bunch of food and then just like, being able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I still have the mindset that I had before I started dieting with like cheat meals. So it's like I will get way like more food than I can really handle.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
And it's terrible because, it's like, I always think I'm a lot hungrier than I am. So
Hmm.
I swear to God, if I went to like a fast food place, I would probably get like the largest thing available.
Hmm.
And I'd probably get like extra food on that. I can't do that shit. I could probably do like maybe a medium
Yeah.
and possibly finish that. I don't even know if that's even something I'm capable of. But then again, I would never go to a fast food place because worst thing I can do for my body.
Yeah. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
We are done with fast
I'm
food.
done with fast. I thought about it the other day and I was just like, nope, not doing it.
Nope.
It's gonna fuck up my shit.
Yeah.
And that's not me saying that like I hate fast food. That's me saying I can't do fast food because like it hurts my body way too much.
Hmm.
That said, if you enjoy fast food, by all means, more power to you.
I really like what I do for my cheat meal. See, before I say it, like I want to get to a point. I got a ways to go, but I want to get to a point where like I no longer have cheat meals, where like I reward myself in other ways. Like, oh, hey, good job this week. You got to go like hang out at this place or something. I got a long ways to go for that, but I feel like it's possible. Like you're eating enough food for your body to the point where like you don't ever feel like you need that stuff. I'll get there, but
I believe in you.
it's gonna be a while. But
Yeah.
I like going to Fred Meyer and just like going to their hot food section
Mm-hmm.
and just buying like 2 burritos from there. Like
Oh,
that's so much
nice.
better than fast food.
I think if I was gonna go about that, it would there'd have to be like a mix up in my diet. Like there'd have to be a switch up where it's like instead of like allowing myself the amount of sodium that I do, like if I can get to a point where I can allow myself more sodium, I think
Hmm.
then I could actually do that. But at the same time, I'd also have to be able to incorporate a lot of other things into my diet.
Yeah.
Like, for
It's kind of
instance,
nice. Like, sorry.
oh, I was just
So
gonna say,
my thing is, yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say I like incorporating dairy again into my diet. But I mean, like, it'd be more of a seldom thing, kind of like how I am with red meat.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, even though I'm going really extreme, it's like, I think when I hit my target weight, which is like 158, then I'll try to attempt experimenting,
Hmm.
but be very very hesitant about it at the same time. Like try to be more scientific, where I'm just like writing the results down and like judging it very harshly, being like, okay, let's see how like I don't know, a day of cheese goes, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Like the key is moderation. That's what doctors will tell you, and I think that's very true. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like you're messing with fire here. It's very easy to slip
Yeah.
into your old ways. But in terms like if I can do that, then yeah, I could probably start cutting cheat meals out completely and just be like, okay, I found that perfect moderation where it's like I have enough stuff that's adds a really nice vibe to everything, but at the same time, I don't miss anything because I at least have everything that I would miss into my diet.
Hmm.
That said, there will always be ice cream on the weekends. That's the one cheat meal proportion that I cannot incorporate into my diet. It has to be like the one special treat.
See, I've been like getting used to that like low calorie ice cream.
Yeah.
So like that completely satisfies my sugar like fix that I need.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so nice because my thing is like I can't have sugar
Right.
because or else I'll just gain like 5 pounds. But it's so nice eating like ice cream and having it be like 300 something calories.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been nice. Sorry, I'm sitting in like Dalaran right now. I'm
Yeah.
completely distracted and like PvP is on. There's like 20 guys are all around me ready to attack and I'm just waiting for one of them to attack. Oh, I just got sapped. I'm fucked.
Oh no.
I'm fucked. Come on. All
No,
right.
that's great, man. I think you got it down. So
Yeah.
so the goal is to find that good medium where you're just like, I don't need cheat meals because anything that I would incorporate into a cheat meal you already got, or
Mhm.
you found a way to work around it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my diet right now is like perfect and I haven't really felt the need to cheat too much. I just get that ice cream.
Hmm.
But my exercise, like I have not worked out consistently in the past like 3 weeks. I've been running. I need to get new running shoes though, because like I'm running on the track,
Uh-huh.
and by like the third lap, my feet are like on fire.
Oh jeez. Yeah,
Like
you need to
I
get
need to
some
find some like breathable shoes.
look on Amazon. They got some pretty good deals.
Yeah, I will. But as far as like actual exercising,
Hmm.
like I don't want to go to the gym because the gym has like shitty equipment. Like the max dumbbell they have is like 60 pounds,
Oh
which is
wow.
not enough. It's like I need way more than that.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I don't want to go to the gym, so I'm gonna work out in my garage. But then I go in my garage and there's like mold on the ceiling and stuff, and I'm
Oh.
like, oh, do I really want to work out in here? So I've kind of just been not working out. So I really need to get onto that.
Hmm.
Everything else is going good.
Yeah.
But I need to start exercising more.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Like that's part of it. That's part of like everything, you know. Just like I've been really harsh on my self-esteem. It's been terrible for motivation, and like in addition, I haven't really been producing YouTube videos on my other channel.
Hmm.
Like I've kind of taken a break, and it's one of those things where it's like, man, hurts so much because I'm doing this to myself.
Yeah.
I need to fix this, man. So it's one of those things where it's just I gotta get back on track. I gotta pick myself up. I gotta keep on doing, and then I'll feel better about myself because I'll feel like I'm actually accomplishing something. Even though I get technically in the long run, you're just kind of doing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do it. It's one of those things where it's like I gotta keep on telling myself you can do it, man.
Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
I should probably avoid playing the Binding of Isaac. It's really addictive. It is my well right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those
Yeah.
things where you take a break from it, and then when the timing is right, it's like crack cocaine, where you're just like, I can't
Mhm.
get enough of it. It's so fun. I have so much fun playing it. That said, what you're seeing on screen will probably be Stardew Valley because I really need to find something else to fill in the void. I need to
Mhm.
find I need to go down, you know. I need to go to the marijuana.
Yeah.
I need to wean myself off of crack cocaine. I like the Binding of Isaac. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really fun game. That said, I will eventually get sick of it, and I'll be like, I don't want to play it anymore.
Mhm.
But that said, you know, it's a vicious cycle where eventually you're just gonna get into that point where it's like, I want to play it, don't want to play it, want to play it. It's like World of Warcraft actually. I do get
Yeah.
bits where it's exactly like that with WoW. But that said, going back to the regiment, going back to everything. I think something else I've been thinking about, and it's something that I've been kind of realizing. You know, it's not really the distance that is key when it comes to cardio and running. It's actually the amount of time that you spend doing it that
Mhm.
really like does stuff for you. I mean,
What do
that
you
makes
mean?
well, okay. Say for instance, like you run about a mile, but it takes you less than 10 minutes. You know, that's not bad by any means. But at the same time, you know, you only spent about, I don't know, less than 10 minutes doing cardio,
Yeah.
which honestly, you should be spending quite a bit more time like doing cardio rather than just being like, okay, 10 minutes, you know, that's good, but you yeah, you should be like, I don't know, putting in like more time doing it rather than just that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can go both ways though. As long as like if you're going for the shorter, you just need to make sure your heart rate's like super high.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
feel like shorter and heart rate is the same for me. I think as far
Hmm.
as opposed to distance and less heart rate
Well, okay, let me put it this way.
or time and less heart rate.
I think there's a certain amount of cardio you want to like put in like per week, like some set amount of time per week.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what that is. If I can do like a 5 second Google search, I'll try to tell you. Uh, Amount of cardio per week. Okay, let's see. According to all right. So according to this Google search that I did, to improve overall cardiovascular health, we suggest at least 150 minutes per week
Wow.
of moderate exercise or 75 minutes per week of vigorous exercise.
Hmm.
So, you know, find a good medium to like just go about that. For me, I say if I can run an overall length of about 30 minutes per day, that's probably hitting like the requirement.
Yeah. I think maybe you should add some like sprints in there. I think it'd be good to like mix it up and do some like every now and again do hit, HIIT or whatever it is.
Well, you want to know what I do?
Huh.
Because I do mix it up, so to speak. I don't do the same regiment like every day.
Yeah.
So usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I do very short intervals of about 6 minutes, but with 3 minute walking periods.
Yeah.
But I do this for about, I want to say, about 4 miles. So I hit the requirement like of overall running. Although I
Hmm.
am gonna mix it up a little bit. I did time myself on the first mile to see how far I could like how fast I was
Yeah.
running.
What'd you get?
All right. So I don't know. if this is like if it's an accomplishment or not, but my time for 1 mile, was 9 minutes and 57 seconds. Yeah, it was 9 minutes and 57 seconds.
I feel like anything under 10 is a win.
It was one of those things where it's like I guess I can actually run under 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was different. It was one of those moments where I was just like, wow, I can do it. I did a thing. Can you give me this medal? I'm kidding. But at the same time, it's definitely one of those moments where I'm just like, I gotta do this again to see if it was like a one-time sort of situation or if it's a constant sort of thing where I can get under 10 again.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, what I can suggest is obviously doing it again just to see if that makes any difference. But another thing I gotta consider, at least, is that like this is my first time running in about like 3 days.
So you just did it?
Yeah, I did it like when I woke up today.
Okay.
So when I first did it, I was a little stiff.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie. Again, trying to work my way out of my depression. You know, got everything started running a little stiff, but then I started feeling pretty good. So it's definitely like okay. If this is what it's like, you know, doing a mile in this situation, was it like, say, I don't know, tomorrow, or like Friday? Probably Friday. Tomorrow I'm gonna be doing my other regiment, which is doing 20-minute intervals with about a 4-minute rest.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. But at the same time, like it's pretty good because, you know, like the 6 minute intervals, like it allows me a lot of rest and it's a little more relaxing in a lot of ways because I only have to run to a certain length and then I feel pretty good. With the 20-minute intervals, it's a little more intense because you don't really get much time to rest.
Yeah.
I think what I'm going to do with that one, though, is I think I'm going to time 2 miles to see how long it takes me to do that. Because I can almost get 2 miles in 20 minutes. Not quite.
Oh, wow.
But at the same time, it's definitely one of those things where I think it'd be interesting to kind of see my time and the difference.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you could do 2 miles in like almost 20 minutes or around 20, that's super good. Because like I can run the first mile and pretty good time. But then my second mile probably ended up being like 30 minutes.
I don't think so. I think for you it'd probably be around like 22 minutes. Like there's definitely some gains when you go to your second mile because you're a little more tired, but at the same time I think it's not as much as you would think it would be because that's kind of how I went about like doing like my first mile, but then I actually timed it and it's like it's a lot better than you think it is.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right.
So I think for you and me, it probably would be closer to about 22 minutes.
You know, you should look to buy like a heart rate monitor. See what your heart rate gets to.
Well, I mean, I guess I could do an Amazon search, see how much like heart rate monitors. I want to get a Fitbit.
Yeah, I had one at one point, then I completely lost it.
They're expensive.
Yeah. I got one as a birthday present from my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
But like I hate wearing things on my wrist.
Yeah, I do too.
So I was like, "Oh, sweet, thanks." And then I like wore it once for her, and then I didn't wear it since. I kind of felt bad for it, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you want to give me something, maybe figure out what I don't like first.
Yeah.
And what I don't like are things on my wrist. But thanks anyway.
Well, this sponsored thing that's pretty much one of the top results is about $200.
For Fitbit?
No, not Fitbit. It's like I don't know. It's a not Fitbit, but it's pretty much a Fitbit.
Yeah, just get like the waist one. Those things you probably find for like $20 or $30.
Yeah. Oh wow, the Fitbit that I actually want is about $200. I might as well just go for that one.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
Maybe.
I mean, that would be good for you to like track your steps too.
Yeah. I would like to get a workout ball, to be honest.
You can just have mine.
I mean,
You
they're
mean
really
like
good for
the
doing
bigger
like
balls?
sit-ups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'll just start doing like the Saitama One Punch Man workout.
Yeah.
If you know anything about that, I know you don't really do the animes, but you might want to check
No.
out One Punch Man. It's pretty good. It's on Netflix.
I
Uh,
definitely heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Essentially, okay, let me tell you this regiment because this is what this guy did, and then he became like amazing. And there is some theories behind like the other way around it because it's a little hard to imagine they became this OP by doing just this. But that said, his regiment was essentially he did 100 squats. He did 100 squats, sit-ups, and push-ups,
Yeah.
and then he ran a 10K. He
Oh
did
man.
that every day.
Wow.
And he became super strong. And the thing is, you can actually look up videos on YouTube of people doing this,
Hmm.
like talking about the results and how like their body changed over time. Because you see them like with their first video being like, "I'm going to attempt the Saitama workout challenge. I'm going to attempt the One Punch Man challenge and see what the visible results are." And then by the end, you see like this defined abs and like a whole bunch of other
Yeah.
things. Because it's not an easy workout. I mean, one of the things that I saw was like this guy was saying like the sit-ups and sit-ups, push-ups, and squats weren't too bad, but then you get to the 10K and it's like, oh god, it's so intense. And having done a 10K, I can tell you it's a very intense process. If you're not ready for it, I don't recommend doing it. Because it's essentially like 6 miles. It's over 6 miles.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's like I think it's 6 miles. It's like 6 2/3 miles of running, and I've done it. I'm currently trying to work on hitting 8 miles, but even I don't.
I'm still doing like 3.
Hey man, don't. As you said, don't feel bad. I'm a slow runner. I want to clarify that. When I say I did a 10K, I didn't do it like under an hour. In fact, it was probably pushing to about an hour 40.
Hmm.
It's not a very
Well, I
quick
feel
process.
I figure like after this month I'll push more, but since like I'm doing that 5K at the beginning of next month, I'm just gonna focus on the 3 months right now.
I think
Just
that's
get like more
wise.
efficient.
Yeah. And as I've said, trying to push yourself too hard, I don't recommend it because you're gonna start causing your body more harm than good.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, my depression should be a significant sign that this is what you shouldn't be doing. You should try to acclimatize your body to a certain point and then like push yourself. Don't try to change too fast because it's gonna hurt a lot.
Hmm. Dang, dude. Guy just whooped the shit out of me. I was totally paying attention, by the way.
No, I got you. I know. I'm just saying it's a cautionary tale, really, when it comes down to it. All the same, you and we both want the results. Because we're super awesome like
I
that.
think like I've gone through this enough to where I know the difference between pushing myself and the fact like when I need to pull back a little bit.
Mm-hmm. My mind doesn't. It still doesn't. In fact, you want to know like the truth? When I was about 25 and I was doing like a whole bunch of these workout sessions and all this other stuff that I did, I think I'm in the situation where all that happened again. And I think Discord is having an issue. So, BRB. Resuming back, because I don't know if Discord is having a failed day or anything like that. So yeah, I think what happened was when I was 25 and I was doing my whole like breakup training regimen, I was actually getting fit. I think what did it for me is I pushed myself too hard to the point where I just didn't want to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how it works sometimes. I feel like that's what this period was. I was pushing myself to the point where it was like getting too strenuous, and to an extent, when I do my runs, it can get to a point where it's too overbearing. Like I can do the length, but at the same time, if it becomes too difficult for me, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And so to that, I think that's part of the reason why I got fallback, just because when it starts becoming a chore, I don't want to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm. I think I've learned, like when I get to that point, I just need to switch up my workouts a little bit.
Well, that, or at the very least, try to make it more manageable, so you can kind of focus on other things, like you're saying, switch it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because something else that I really need to get into doing, and I haven't done it yet, but something I really want to start doing is I want to start like incorporating sit-ups and push-ups and all sorts of things. Probably actually legitimately doing the Saitama challenge. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not gonna go off the deep end and be like, okay, doing 100 sit-ups, push-ups, and squats right off the bat. No, I'm gonna try to work my way up to that, but at the same time, yeah, it is definitely one of those things where it's like I want to start incorporating a lot of those alternative methods, because I think it would help define my body a lot better, and so I would actually start losing.
Oh yeah, I think you'll see some major results if you start doing some push-ups every single week.
Mm-hmm.
And man, like go do some pull-ups too. Just do like one day a week or something.
Yeah.
One day just do like 50 push-ups, and then.
I mean, like maybe in total, but I'm thinking like reps.
Yeah.
I think I'll try to do like sets of 10, but like 3 reps of 10. So it's like in total, like probably overall like 30.
Yeah.
I'll just give that like one day, see if it works, and then probably try to incorporate it a little bit more and try to increase it by 5 every week or something along those lines.
And anytime you run past the pull-up bar, I think you should just go for it every single time.
I mean, like every other day, maybe.
Just do it every day.
Well,
dude.
I'm just saying on my less intensive run days, because I think the way I got it going now, I can actually legitimately do it.
Yeah.
I think I got a pretty good setup. If I can time my my first mile or my first 2 miles, and then like kind of go off and do like the intervals from there, I think that's pretty good. I think I'm gonna stick with that. But yeah, definitely try to incorporate a lot more of the sit-ups, push-ups, and squats.
Yeah.
Because that stuff's really good for you.
Oh, it totally is.
Would recommend every day. I get to eat diet food today. Oh, before I forget, I do have to say, I actually don't like doing running. I don't hate it, but I don't like it.
Just running in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's my top 5 least favorite things to do.
But I will say this. The pros outweigh the cons. And the reason why I do it, if anyone's wondering why I talk about it a lot, is it really keeps me regulated.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where, like, it's my form of cardio, just because it is the one thing that I found really keeps me regulated in comparison to a lot of other things.
Yeah. Well, it uses your whole body too.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, that's part of why I think I can actually do a lot of. Why I can do like the cheat meals. Why, like, for instance, this week, probably I'll weigh myself, and it probably won't be like fantastic, but at the same time, like, there will be weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the cardio really regulates it to the point where I can actually get a significant amount of weight loss, and I think that's why my weight has dropped to the point that it has.
Mm-hmm. You also have like a really nice area to run too, so that's gotta help a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty nice. The only issue that I have with it is on a nice day, everyone goes to it.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I live right next to a college, so when I say everyone, I mean you have college kids, you have like adults, you have like regular school kids. I mean, everybody goes to it. You have whole families going to it, and you have like families teaching their kids going to it, and it's
Yeah.
terrible because I don't know. It's a very popular place. A lot of school kids, as I'm saying, but like a lot of bikers also.
Hmm.
God, Saturday is almost the worst unless you
Yeah, I
get
hate
there.
bikers, dude.
Yeah, it gets to the point where they have to slow down because like the whole entire path is just like crowded.
Hmm.
It is insane. And yet I still push myself during these times to be like, okay, go around. I'm going through.
Hmm. I mean, like you're there for you though.
Yeah.
Like I got like whenever I run, the whole soccer team is there, so it's kind of like, oh man, they're gonna watch me run as I run this track.
Yeah, but
But
they
it's
don't
like,
care.
you gotta do it though.
Yeah.
Although one thing, like I was running, and apparently there's like a huge park right next to the track.
Oh,
So
nice.
I think tomorrow I might go check it out.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just gonna Google Maps it. I don't even know how big it is, but it'd be cool if like I found an area like you have, where it's just like, man, I can run the whole length and have it be like several miles
Oh,
rather
hell
than
yeah.
just doing the track over and over
Mm-hmm.
because that shit gets boring quick.
I believe it. Something else that something completely unrelated, well, sort of related, but at the same time, kind of a difference of topic.
Huh?
In addition to me running, something that I've noticed is that there are these two Jehovah's Witnesses that are constantly there.
Man,
So-
was it those two that
I
came
think
across
it
us?
is. I think
God,
it
dude.
is.
Those guys were aggressive.
Yeah, they don't really talk to me because I'm running and I got my earbuds in, but they always
Yeah.
wave to me. So it's like I do try to wave back because I don't want to be like that asshole that doesn't really
Yeah.
care. But at the same time, it's like I'm running here, and if they don't chase me down and try to keep up with me and talk to me, so fortunately not that aggressive. But at the same time,
Mhm.
it's one of those things where it's like, man. It would suck if I'm like running and then I get to my interval where I could actually walk and they just happen to be there and they start talking to me because I'm there to train, I'm on the clock.
Yeah.
It's my brief respite so that I can kind of work up a second wind to keep on going.
Hmm.
And it's
God,
not like I
man,
have
I hate those
anything
guys.
against. It's not like I have anything against like anybody who has their own religion. More power to you. It's just there's a time and a place for it.
Yeah.
Me running is not the time or place. It's not when I want to talk about religion. It's when I kind of want to focus on trying to get to the next level in my training.
Hmm.
I want to keep on doing. You once said, "How do I manage to actually keep on running for such a long amount of time?" And my mind's always thinking about all these things. Sometimes it'll like pertain to running. Sometimes I'll try to distract myself intentionally so that I can actually leisurely think about other things while
Yeah.
running, which is kind of nice because then it's like I can take a lot of the pain away and think about, okay, I need to make lists. I need to make like a grocery list so I know what to pick up this weekend.
Hmm.
I do a lot of shit like that. Also, music really helps. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, for sure.
That reminds me, I need to edit my playlist because there are songs on that shit that I don't really want to listen to. They're terrible.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I have like 200 songs on my little iPod that I use when I'm running,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll only ever listen to like 15 of the songs on there.
I know what you mean. I have a lot of video game OSTs. I have a lot of the soundtracks from video games, and I have no issue with that whatsoever. But the problem is there are some songs on it that aren't really great for like the moment, and it's terrible. Like for instance, I like a lot of the music from Final Fantasy VIII, but there are some songs that I can't stand from Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I just need to take some time, go through the whole entire list, and just like remove the stuff that I don't want to listen to.
Hmm.
Because let me tell you, "Eyes on Me," not a good song. I mean, some people might disagree. I guarantee you, there are some people that would defend "Eyes on Me" to the ends of the earth, but not me. Get that shit off my MP3 player. But I could go on with this, but it's probably not the topic that you want to talk about, and that's fine.
Oh, that's all good. I mean, I'm trying to find that park. I have no idea park that is next to my college. Apparently, there's like a Japanese like flower garden next to my college.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have no idea how to find the one I'm looking for though.
Well, I mean, you could always go to Google Maps and go to your college.
That's what I did, but like I can't zoom in far enough to see any names.
Oh.
Tacoma Community College.
Now everybody's gonna Google search your college.
Yeah, they're gonna show up there now.
They're gonna be like, "Hey, ain't you that Spider Mikey guy?" That's,
yeah, they're gonna watch all your videos that I'm a part of, and I'm sure my name is leaked in one of them.
Probably.
Like, oh, I got your name. I know where you're going.
Well, to be fair, I did sort of leak my own name, so.
Oh no, that's fine until like you become super famous, and then.
I mean, I ain't never gonna become that famous.
Oh man, all right.
I mean, if I did, well, first off, I don't know how I'd handle all the popularity. That would be a mindfuck in and of itself, okay? But secondly, if I did become famous, I mean, I'm bringing you to the top with me.
Oh yeah.
It
goes both ways, dude. It goes both ways.
I'm taking you to the top with me. I'm taking Chazrad to the top with me. You guys, you're here on the Guildcast quite frequently. You're going to the top with me. I'm bringing you out there. Unless, of course, like you decide to go like the hipster route and be like, "You were cool, Gildem. You're not cool anymore. Go fuck yourself."
Sold out.
You sold out. That would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, let's be fair. When we get famous, we totally selling out.
Well,
like,
I would endorse. I would definitely probably have some sponsors, and I would endorse. There would probably be the whole Patreon thing where I'd be like, "Yo, hey, go support my art on the Patreon."
So annoying off YouTube though. I mean, let's be fair here. If we're gonna get famous, I highly doubt it's gonna be off YouTube.
Oh, probably. I'd probably go to Twitch, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we might get some recognition off YouTube.
Yeah.
But we ain't gonna make no money off YouTube.
Nah. That's where you go to the Patreon and get those.
Yeah.
You get those.
That's so annoying to hear, though. It's like, don't forget to support my Patreon. It's like, oh, cool.
I would like to know
10 seconds earlier.
Yeah, I'd like to know I do not have a Patreon because I feel like there's no point in opening one up unless you have at least like 1,000 subscribers, and even then, I don't know, it's a little iffy.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, I mean, there's not really any point in just being like, go support my Patreon. I got $1 from me.
Hey man, $1 is $1.
No, what I'm saying is, I backed myself with $1.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm making no dollar. I'm just like, it looks like I got one back. I got one supporter, but it's really just me.
I mean, just make a bunch of accounts and send yourself like $20. People are like, wow, this guy. People really are into him.
That's part of how those Kickstarters go about their ways, or at least that's like how to make a Kickstarter semi-viable, or at least it was like an old method where like you start up a Kickstarter, legitimate or not, it could be a scam, and then like you get and then you like donate to yourself, so that it makes it seem legit, so it's got some funding behind it.
I mean, people used to do that on Twitch. They used to do like view bots. So there's ways to cheat around it for sure.
Yeah,
cheat yourself all the way to the top, dude.
Cheat myself to the top. That's how I'm gonna get famous. I'm gonna cheat my way to the top. It's gonna be amazing.
Yep.
Also, Stardew Valley, everybody. I like Stardew Valley. It's a really chill game.
Never played it. Never even watched gameplay.
I gotta be honest. I don't think it's your cup of tea.
No.
I mean,
I'm
you're more of the hack and slash Diablo type of guy, or at the very least, you play the World of Warcraft, and there's nothing wrong with that one
yeah.
bit. But at the
Actually,
same,
I've switched. I'm now a wilderness survival type sandbox
okay,
game guy.
well, let me put it this way. By that description, almost sounds like you'd like Stardew Valley, but the difference is, I just cannot see you playing a Harvest Moon game.
No, I just looked up gameplay and I
Yeah.
saw pictures and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Like it's a farming simulation, but you do go into caves and you do have combat, but at the same time it's really dumbed down to the point where it's not your preference.
Hmm.
Like you get things, but it's not like the kind of things you'd be getting in like Diablo.
Yeah.
And I want to say it's like a really basic dumbed down version of Diablo, and it really works well for the game that Stardew Valley is, but it's not something that I would say you find preferable. What I'm trying to say is, I think if you played Stardew Valley, you'd say this is dumb,
Hmm.
and that's not an insult. It's just not your preference. I love Stardew Valley. I like
I
those
mean,
life
like,
simulations.
under the right circumstances, I'd probably enjoy it. It's just my problem nowadays is like I can't pay attention long enough to games.
Hmm.
I need that quick satisfaction in order for me to actually like it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this: the way Stardew Valley like opens up is like spot on perfect.
Yeah.
Because it begins with you basically like you talking to your grandpa, okay? Like basically the game's version of like your grandpa, but at the same time it's your grandpa, it's your character's grandpa, and they're like really old and they look like Santa Claus. So your grandpa is Santa Claus, and they're talking to you. They're like, "Oh, my grandchild, you know, you one day you're gonna have like hardships in life, and it's gonna suck, but you got a lot of life, and you'll do really well. Anyways, here's a letter. Don't open it until like your life gets to that really low point." And so
Yeah.
it flash forwards like a couple years later, and you're like working for this corporation. Like, I don't know, it's like a dystopian corporation. I want to say like Amazon and Walmart just like merged together. And so like you're at a desk, and it's terrible because you got like two people like looking overhead on all these and all these employees, and it's just like, oh god, life sucks. And it does, because
Yeah.
you see your character at the computer and they're struggling because it's like they need a vacation, but of course I'm sure they're making it like minimum wage, so of course they gotta be at work. And so it gets to that low point that Grandpa was talking about, and you open up the letter, and it's like, I was like you one time, you know, I needed to get away from my average dull life. So I ended up moving to this one place in Stardew Valley. Hence the name. Title prop. And so I got some land there, you know, go move there, find the meaning to life. Go live your life, and that's how it starts. You end up moving from like the city all the way to this podunk town in the middle of nowhere,
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
and your grandpa basically leaves you a farm. The whole entire building's run down, and the land's like really wild, like
Yeah.
all ingrown and stuff like that. So you basically have to like you basically have to tame the land again, sort of. You know, you have to make it usable for farming. But essentially, it's like how I envision what I wish I could do with my own life. I wish I could just pick it up, go move to Eastern Washington, and just like start a farm,
God, that'd be so nice.
right?
Yeah.
Like just say fuck y'all. I'm going to Eastern Washington. I'm gonna open up a farm. Gilm's open up a farm. Farmer Gildem.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a good day. But I cannot do that.
Not yet.
Not yet. But hey, by all means, you know, if you wanna get in on that, you know, we could go be co-farmers. It'll be great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about farming, but going out in the middle of nowhere, I mean, that's my life goal.
Yeah.
So It's gonna happen.
Yeah, we could learn a lot of the laws and become pot farmers.
Yeah, I mean we can.
It's lucrative.
Who cares what type of farming, as long as we're farming,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Pot farming is still
it's very
still farming.
lucrative. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard a lot of successful stories. That said, there's also a lot of failures.
Yeah.
I mean, out of every successful, I guarantee you, there's probably at least like 5 stories of failure that didn't work out for people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, it's also a very risky investment. Should you actually go pursue that?
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to say that don't be a pot farmer here in Washington State. I'm just saying be realistic and understand there's a lot of variables to consider before actually going to do this. Don't be like, it's easy work. All you gotta do is buy some marijuana seeds and then plant them in the ground and grow them. Because the thing is, there's a lot of variables that you gotta consider. And I hear that weed is really high stress. In terms of like the plant itself has a lot of emotions going in. You gotta consider things, and it's even worse if you try to grow it in a enclosed environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like the benefit to that is like you basically control it. You have a never-ending supply, but if you try to do it on the outside, like actually, in outside weather and stuff like that, it'll be a little more sturdy, but you also got other elements affecting how it grows and how like what it'll produce, and also you got these strands and all sorts of stuff going on. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't really know a lot of the logistics. I just know that people get crazy when it comes to growing pot, and there's a lot of things to consider when it comes to growing pot. It's kind of like growing plants is very therapeutic, but my God, my only understanding is like I got a blueberry plant that I bought, and I've been trying to grow, but it's really high sensitive to the outside weather.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like I find it's been really challenging trying to actually like get outdoors. And apparently blueberries they're a little bit more of a challenge, a little more of a couple more elements to consider. I want to say like that's kind of how it is with weed. You gotta balance like the pH levels of the soil.
Mm-hmm.
Things that you wouldn't think if you're just kind of an amateur gardener. It's weird. You got all these advanced techniques that you can do when it comes to gardening, and yet it's like, I just want to grow some lettuce.
Yeah.
Blueberries would also be nice.
I go for some blueberries.
Yeah, they're not in season though right now. They're expensive.
Yeah.
I'll sell for strawberries.
Yeah. I think I got some strawberries in my fridge actually.
I got some growing in my garden.
Nice.
But
I do wanna start planting, but it's like I'm so lazy. It's like, okay, I'm gonna add that to the other 10 things that I want to start doing.
Nah, I feel you.
I got room, but I just gotta do it.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we're gonna end it off here because I gotta go get ready for work.
Oh, sounds good.
And
It's
I gotta
my
go
bedtime.
eat. Yeah.
Getting tired.
So,
Yeah, I gotta go eat real quick.
Yeah. All right. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed the part. It's good. Gardening's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But that said, I'm gonna try to stop being depressed. Spider Mikey, do you got anything? You got any last words?
Not really. I mean, no, not really.
All
I
right.
pushed hard this week. That's about all I got.
All right. Time to push it, but not too hard because don't get depressed and don't feel like you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Although, okay, one thing real quick. So, like, my shin's still been kind of hurting me a little bit.
Yeah.
And the chick that I, like, run with
Mhm.
and, like, do school with, do everything with, apparently, now. Except for, like, anyway. She's always like, don't push it. Don't push it. Like, she has all these, like, medical things. And she's like, but Google told me this. And I was like, okay, woman, like, I've done this enough. Okay, I know when to push it. She was like, don't push it. And then after we got done running, I just went into the track and ran so much. Like, I completely pushed it. and I felt so good afterwards. So yeah, don't push it, but at the same time, you got to man up, stop being a bitch, and push it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, if you're injured, that's different.
yeah.
But if you got to catch yourself. There's a certain point where you're just being a bitch about it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Uh, okay. I guess 5 minutes, just like
All right,
going in.
5 minutes.
Okay. So something that I did want to explain with my schedule, like I had to take it back a second. I have to work myself up to actually being able to do like the track that I want to do. I think that's kind of why it's a little too hard on my body right now. That's what I was talking about. So I'm gonna do that. But Saturday, let me tell you, I'm gonna try to actually do the intensive run where I'm actually hitting like a 10K.
Yeah.
Or even longer. If I can actually hit 8 miles, by God, I did it. But
Yeah,
not
that's
planning
fucking
it. I don't
fun.
want to build myself up to the point where I'm just like I'm gonna do 8 miles because that's a terrible way of thinking. You're just gonna. You don't hit it, you're gonna basically be like, I failed myself. What the fuck is wrong with me? It's gonna really hurt the self-esteem. So my point is, Saturdays, that is the one run where, like you said, I'm gonna push it.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one run where I'm not gonna be a bitch. I'm gonna actually try to do what I can. Now that
Good.
said, it is the run where it's like go as far as you can, but it's
Yeah.
not the run where it's the run where I'm really gonna try to push it. But yeah, it is ultimately go as far as you can.
Mm-hmm. And there's like a ton of variables that go into that too. Like if you didn't eat enough or something, or you're still like sore from like a previous day or something.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to teach yourself. Okay, like I'm gonna run as far as I can, but if I can't make this certain time, it's okay.
Well, for me, it's not. It's never about time. It's always about distance.
Well, distance. Yeah.
Which I guess is a little backwards from how I should go about it because, to a certain extent, I can go as far as I can. I have the endurance to do that, but my speed is definitely my lacking point. I am not a fast guy.
Although since I've started running more, like it's hard to go fast when like you're doing distance.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I'm sure if I were to run with you, we'd probably be the same speed.
I think so. Well, maybe not. I always assume that you're a lot faster than I am.
Yeah. Well, not when we're like running, like jogging.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sprint's pretty good, but you're never gonna see that if we're going for distance.
I guess that's pretty fair. I mean, they're sorta in opposition. You either can go forever or you can go fast. Short burst or like, I don't know, distance, endurance. That said, I think we're gonna end it off here. So,
Word.
you take it easy, everybody. Distance, speed, or endurance? That is the question that I'm ending this on.